Whether you choose land or creatures, soil matters. Our abundant growth line of products models the mixture of common soil, causing a groundswell of nutrients to attain giant growth. From our fungus fertilizers to our saproling spray, you can take the guesswork out of your next colony garden. Other products leave you only harsh sustenance compared to our superior brews. Abundant growth, a reviving dose to whatever target you choose. Available at Thalin's Upkeep.
Propaganda, it's a time for propaganda, time to grab your brews and your commons. Propaganda, open up your best ideas, time to watch Deluxe brew a deck for you.
Hey everybody, I didn't expect to see you, Shiraz. Good to have you with us, my friend. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I played White Infect, and I ran into this monstrosity, and it ended up winning the whole thing, and I really liked it. I've made a few changes. We'll go over his original list by Leojic22 online, and I've changed it a bit, probably 15% or so, and I like to bring up this card because I was the first one to say, that'll never see play, and I like to know when I'm wrong, and it's not like this is breaking a metagame, but it's another Skyfisher effect in a big body. So, sorry about that. Just had a little too much to eat there. All right, let's go over the lands here. We've got one den, one vault. We've got all 4 Basilica, the Bog. Each is sporting 5 plains, 5 swamps, and then the Scoured Barrens wraps it up. We've got the obvious package in the Glint Hawk Kor Skyfisher. I like to call this Bread Blade because, well, it's got bread and it's got blades, so let's get a little kitchen theme going here. Only 3 inspectors. One of the not worst, that's too strong of a word, but definitely something. There's so much to do with your 2 mana other than that, so made room there. We've got 2 Omens, 2 Clerics, 2 Journeys, 4 Cast Down, 4 Blades, 4 Lembas, 2 Fumes, all 4 of the Overseers. And as we move over here, we have this weird card, Indoctrination Attendant, acts as Kor Skyfisher number 8 and 9, or 8, 9, 10 or whatever, or 9, 10. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And coffee hasn't set in, everybody. The Toxic doesn't really matter, but I've been pretty surprised. I've won 1 or 2 games with that, getting around like a prismatic for that last bit of damage. And I actually am running 2 Okiba-Gang's main. The original had 1 in it, and I always liked seeing this because at 21 lands, we tend to not really falter on that, and so there's a lot of openings for that to get through. In the sideboard, 2 Spellbombs, 2 Missionaries, 1 more Cleric, 3 Macabres, 2 Dust to Dust, 1 Omen of the Sun, and we got 1 Kor Sanctifiers for you old schoolers out there. I put in the Ambusher here for if we run into some more red and we need some more life that's a little more consistent, and 2 Arms of Hadar. Also, keep in mind, this is very good against other blade decks too, which comes in handy when you start bouncing it and getting your stuff if you don't have access to your Omen of the Sun straight out of the gates. So, I'm feeling weird not being here after 7 years. Yes, is he in 2K2 and Chimpskey? Alrighty, let's do it. Oh, good news. I believe I sent you the link, Chimpskey, about the LDB dual deck now has a link with the propaganda thing. I think the code comes with this link, but if not, the code is always going to be go for obvious reasons of the show. And yeah, I've like I said, I've been really impressed. I'm going to be doing probably the video today and editing it throughout the week, maybe have something up next week. But been playing a lot of kitchen table with my son and just having a hoot with it. And it's just I don't know. The more I play with it, the more I like the design even more and more as things go on. So hopefully a few of you get it out there and send us your pics with it, and I'll be happy to put you on the show. Good times. Alrighty, here we are, and here we go. Yes, I want to play first. We are not playing 0. Let's go. All right, we'll lead off with a blade. Go, keep. I guess we could probably save the Bog. You never know. We might need it. We don't really need to cast the blade immediately. Says this guy. All right, let's bring out the Inspector. Hopefully we just top deck a nice swamp or something. But yeah. Yeah, you'll see a lot of iterations of this. My son spent about $100 on Pauper the other day in paper and built a similar list. His a little more traditional with Goliath Paladin and the Vampire Sovereign and stuff, which definitely would probably be the way I would go if I played it very, religiously. But I'm trying to stay true to oh boy, there we go, right? You don't almost ever see hexproof anymore. And had we led with the Bojuka Bog, we could have done something about it. But oh well. Hopefully he doesn't throw something of the creature persuasion on there and then cause us to screw up. All right. Oh, yeah, I got to choose an effect, don't I? Let's do this one. There we go. So, feeling much better. All the stretches I was learning online and stuff, we're doing a little bit as far as my sciatic nerve goes, but I remembered long ago when I first started waiting tables, I forget what it was, but I had like a real soreness of just being on my feet so much in the new job and everything. And this lady handed me this little book called, I think it was Richard Hittleman's Yoga 28-Day Exercise Plan from like the 60s or 70s. And I was like, kind of rolled my eyes and went home and did it. Felt good. Next day felt better. Third day felt amazing. And then I started feeling so good a few weeks into it that I bought the book for about 12 of my closest friends and, wrote them a nice message and was pretty much saying like, this makes you feel half as good as it does me. I want you to have it too. So, oh boy, talk about a nice top deck, eh? Look at this. I'm not even going to, I guess we could wait on this. Kind of gave away what we're doing, right? We'll attack just in case they don't want to do the thing. But anyway, and I did it for years and years and years. And as life happens, we moved something, just got out of practice. Didn't feel like I needed it anymore. And rinse, repeat a few years later. So anyway, all that to say that I found the original book, but even better, I found a YouTube link with his instructions. And it's so funny because it's this, he has a kind of an old timey voice and it's from like the 60s and way before my time. And you can hear the record scratch and everything. And it's so cool to have him just guide you through it. So I've been doing that and feeling amazing. So I think I'm going to be back on the court probably this time next week. I'm a little dreading if I don't know if it's going to be a placebo effect or whatever, but it's so weird, about, 10 points in is when you get that the feeling, the little tickling in the back where you're like, I better chill out. So anyway, enough about stretching. Oh yeah, I don't have the name of it. I think it's just called Yoga for Life with Richard Hittleman. It's like a pink cover. It's got some, but yeah, I'm one of the comments in it. That'll tell you which one it is. I should have included it. I didn't know I was going to go that route. I get diarrhea of the mouth here and just start talking about everything. But all right, let's see if we can get a shutout here. Cast it. There's a nice dealio. It's funny, the other night I beat elves with this just last night. It was just with Tithing Blades too. I didn't have access to any of that. Just worked out. Oh wait, no. I did clear out the first round just like that one with that. But yeah, I already did my session this morning. The cool thing about the YouTube link for the yoga thing is that it breaks it up. So you listen to half the video. It takes about a half hour. Just guides you through it. And then you pause it. And then the next day you do the other half. But I'm like straight up addicted to it. I do it every day. And then I do parts of everything throughout the day just because I start feeling so much better with it. Okay, enough about that. Let's kill some stuff. Ha! Here comes the blade. Where's the bread? There it is. Yeah, I've done a lot of yoga since I first found the other one and it started getting a little too fancy and stuff. For me, just how my body is, it's just like the bare bones, like the bedrock of what's needed. There's nothing fancy, no products are needed, nothing. It's just you just start feeling better immediately. Huzzah! But I'll try and send it to you then, Chimpskey, if you're curious. All right, we really need a Glint Hawk to show up here. You see a lot of these kind of decks going around. There's a lot of ways to build them. This isn't Commune showing up. Boy, they really got a heavy creature draw here. Like this person's style. It's like everybody's playing Tithing Blade. Watch this. I'm gonna play Hexproof. I'm glad that they didn't quit out that first game. That was kind of a backbreaker, losing 3 cards to 1 there. All right. I guess we could top deck. Let's play a Lembas here. Such a good card. It's like cheating. Like, let me look at that top card. Yeah, I don't want that one. I had some bacon this morning, Bacon Master. Alrighty. Ooh, I like that. I'll say top. I'll throw this out. Bring back the plane. And do a lot of nothing. I guess we could attack. Yeah, I guess we should attack. Might mean the difference of life and death. Sliced bread. There you go. Yeah, between editing and gaming, and I sit in this chair a lot. So, like I said, I like to get up and totally kickstart my back with a few like locusts and cobras and other cool little tricks. Some of the ones I remember being the hardest are the most beneficial now. All right, we got him down to 4 cards. All right, well, that kind of blows. We do got a Dawnbringer, so let's keep that in mind. Don't want to waste it on that Abundant Growth since their mana has been achieved. Editing. This is my scepter. No attacks. Interesting. All right. Well, we got a bunch of useless stuff, don't we? Do we just bring out one? Let's let me pitch the clue here. Draw. Give me something good to eat. Come on, come on, come on. South Park diet. All right, there we go. I guess we don't really have to let them know we have that now. Or we could just do the thing now. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to play the one blade, and then we'll get the other one back and set up for next turn. Good times. An embarrassment of riches at this stage. Yep. And we will attack again. This Inspector's getting some damage done. Oh, and Chimpskey, if you can, bring up that deck box link if anybody wants to see. Took a while because what I didn't want is there to be a link and then you just have to go find everything and upload artwork and stuff. So it's just if you want the same box I got either in white or black, you can just click on it. Boom, everything's ready to go. There on our community tab is also a link there too. So thank you for that, my friend. There's it in all its beauty. I actually thought it would be a little bit more. I know all those kind of boxes are a bit pricey, but the way this one's built so well, I was very impressed. All right, do we block here or not? I'm not going to block. We'll let this through. So we got the blade in. That's a strange play, isn't it? Really expected to see a another Glade cover scout show up or something, but all right, we'll play the blade, see what goes down here. Keep saving that cleric for some good times. Go get our life back, maybe draw some good stuff. Bloop. This person is very tenacious. I think I would have scooped by now. That has a lot of critters in the yard. I wish it would always tell you how many critters were there. I guess that could get a little clunky, right? All right, we got Hex. Excuse me. What do we like? What don't we like? I actually do like Okiba. That might be a backbreaker in this matchup. Cleric in. Hadar. Let's bring in both of these. When we want them, we're going to want them. Sanctifiers. I guess that could be relevant. Don't want to overboard, but I think we're good here. I think I got to get rid of these. Unless I'm going against black or something very long-winded. We'll lose the journeys. And do we keep the cast down for little tokens and such? Maybe. I don't really want to overboard, but let me do... I want to keep 2 cast downs and I'll bring in 2 missionaries. just to keep us in it if they get a quick start on us. Yeah, that LDB, it's hard to say, Duel is the name of the company. And like I said, I've been approached a few times and said no to all of them because they just kind of look like crap. This one is like the Cadillac or that's a bad reference because Cadillacs aren't that good of a car anymore. That's like before my time even. It's the Elon Musk or the Tesla of deck boxes. We're going to keep this. I don't think I'll ever have another one. I thought my friend Odin made me a custom one, the little leather book, if anybody remembers that one. I actually got it right over here. Let me fish it out so you guys don't think I'm making that up. This is the one Odin made me. And it looks like a book with the insignia on it, and then you open it up, and it's pretty simple on the inside, but it's neat, little clasp and everything. That's one of one. Those aren't available. Maybe I'll have that for a prize or something. It runs horribly. I don't know about that. I saw that new truck go by me the other day. I was awe-inspired. I think I felt like I was stepping into the future. I also listened to I didn't have an opinion one way or the other on Jeff Bezos, the Amazon dude. And then I heard about a 3-hour podcast with him on Lex Friedman. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. What a fascinating interview that was. I didn't know he had such a science background and quite the mind. Really learn to respect him a lot more than just being that guy that owns that business that employs all those people. Yeah, I've shared that a few times. Sometimes it's in the background of some of our vids, but alrighty. I think we're going to drop Lembas here and hope we can curve out and maybe fall into Suffocating Fumes. Yeah, that guy, Odin, can make anything. He's always been that way. Oh, all right. I'm not even going to hesitate. We're just going to drop this immediately. Hope they're on a 1-creature keep, which they probably aren't, but I don't want them to wiggle through. It's nice to have Dawnbringer in this. I just love that card. It's so flexible. Like I always said, I knew that was going to be played a lot, but not nearly as much as it is. It's just turned into like this Band-Aid of Pauper. You just put it on anything. If you have white mana, do it. It's pretty hard to not include it. Bum, bum, bum. All right, there she is. We got a blocker and a returner. At this stage, with this mana doesn't improve, I believe we'll Skyfish, bring back Blade, drop Bog, go. I just like to think through my turns before I draw, just so I've got a kind of a clear line of attack. Alrighty, let's do that. Yep. Do the thing. So we have a guaranteed Blade next turn, and I can always block this turn. We'll drop this so we can hit Hadar math next turn no matter what. Well, I guess they could steal a land from us, right? Not many cards do that. My youngest has the day off, which is a rarity. He's just been playing Mario Kart on the Wii, just, man, like a madman. He is so addicted to that game. He has any free time, he's playing Mario Kart. Man, I'm already out of coffee. What the hell? Ooh, got some funny little skits coming up at the bathroom break. Got a little Conan one we haven't done in years. I believe we got Wiki Bear loaded, as well as Orson Welles. Free time. No, he does not. He's never in the kitchen. I'll show him something that takes 3 steps, and he's like, oh, that seems like too much work. Like, son, you gotta... All right, I guess we just take this. This person's playing very interestingly. I'll try to keep it polite. This is like, I can't see the angle here. What, you're just going to lose cloak. You just saw us return the blade. Yeah, that's pretty much it, my Sceptral. His whole thing, we get these pizzas from Italy all the time. They're here at a place called Trader Joe's, but he just loves them. And if they're in the freezer, you hear a couple of beeps, and then 20 minutes later, he's eating. So that's how he rolls. All right, Tithing Blade again. guess we'll just walk into Lembas, hope we hit a basic. Actually, a Basilica would be nice too. Just don't understand that line there, just for 3 damage. Strange. Just value, value, value all the time. The original one had the spare supplies on top of that, and the 2 spot just went on for ages. I'll say top. 4 is pretty optimal. I mean, it'd be nice to have a little bit more, but we're fine with it. We'll get land when we get it. Omen of the Dead will probably be used to trip here. We don't want to keep an enchantment out for the masked benefit of our opponent. Tithing things up. I like it. Setting up sourdough pizza dough right now. Nice. Come on, come on. Are they quitting? They're tenacious. It's funny, after I exercised this morning, I was all like warmed up and had some coffee, and then I started watching my son do a few of his races on the Wii, and all of a sudden my extremities started getting cold again, like ex-workout form. All right, let's go, let's go. It's nice sitting behind this Suffocating Fumes here. This might cause the concession. Let's drop a Skyfisher first. Bring back the blade. Swing. Might save a step by doing it this way. They could have instant artifact removal. That might be a thing. But I think if they saw our hand, they would think twice about keeping this going. And Chimpskey. Yeah. About once a week, something will happen in life, where, I've got to, I don't know, go help bring in the groceries or something like that, and it's not a serious game, so I'll explain it and let the person know, or say, you got this or whatever. But, yeah, I get pretty angered by that. I'm not going to lie. The efficiency in me is what I just don't like that part of it, It's such a waste of time. All right, we are just locked and loaded here, people. We'll drop the Lembas, sit back behind the Suffocating Fumes play, and give them 3 turns to go. Yeah, I'd say bottom. Keep a random card up, right? I think I'm going to keep that back. For sure. Oh, and it's funny. I've got a trick for y'all to stay away from. If anybody has Amazon Prime, which a lot of you do, because thankfully a lot of you have been generous enough to donate a lot of the points here on this channel, but I've noticed this thing, and it was a theory up until this week. So one of the first movies all my people that I know, my mentor, my friends, worked on was called Smoking Aces, and it's a pretty good little thriller, action thriller, sort of like, just caffeinated action movie. And I had never seen it. And so we started watching it, and it was really good. And then I stopped watching it. And then I said to my wife, I was like, watch. In a day or two, they're going to want money for this, because it was free to watch. And then sure enough, the next day we logged on. It was like rent or buy, $3.99. I'm like, oh, they did it again. So in the archives of my editing system, a company has every single movie at the studios. And so I just typed in the words full movie, and then you just get every movie ever. Like, it could be in the theaters right now and I can watch it. And so I just watched the rest of it that way. Found a loophole. A game theory indeed. But yeah. So I'm officially calling them out on that little tactic. It's a little shady. We got 2 blades. Now we're just winning next turn. That's no reason to do really anything. Maybe they got to weather the storm and they're trying to trick us into something. Yeah, a lot of times when it's in the theater, a lot of times all you'll see is EPKs, which just stands for Electronic Press Kit. Alrighty. Oh, all right. There we go. Boy, they hung in there. Alrighty. Well, I'm always fond of saying this is the worst matchup ever, but that was the best matchup. You've run into a Boggles list with 4 Bounceable Edicts main. It's pretty good times. Mason 1, good to have you with us. Local Man finds out companies do shady stuff. Tonight at 11. It was, like I said, I just kept thinking, like, wait a minute. I swore that was like, I could watch that just 2 or 3 days ago. And now it's wanting me to pay, and then I caught it red-handed this time. Yes. And we will keep. I have played Magic since 1994. I started playing when the set The Dark came out. We'll lead off with this and get this ball rolling. I'm very far from being a young wolf. Ooh, all right. This is interesting. Cool. I'm going to bring the blade down just because I want to have something to bounce so we can turn on Okiba. So let's do the thing. It'd be nice if I could do it on their turn so they eat the life, but probably a lot more critters coming our way, so more on that. Favorite the dark card? Oh, Dust to Dust. Have 8 of those in paper now. My son went and got some more because he wanted his own 4, so. That's longer than you've been alive. It's incredible. Just wait for a few more decades. It'll sound even better. I wish I would have been about 7 months sooner. I would have been at the very beginning, but I grew up in a little town near Lake Tahoe, and there wasn't too much access to a lot of game knowledge. You know, it was just a completely different time back then, right? I mean, you had there wasn't the internet, and like you just had to be introduced to it by a friend or something. Yes, bring this back. Lit a Fight, my original co-host, partner in crime, was the one that showed me. And I was very turned off by it at first because I walked in and there were about 8 people on the floor playing like an 8-player version of Magic, and y'all know how streamlined and focused I like my builds and everything else to be. And I was just like, what a mess. This looks like Monopoly gone wrong. And he knew, and then he took me aside and we played a one-on-one game, and I was hit, or I was bit, whatever you want to say. Hey, yeah, my oldest is 23 this year, so I knows about that. But I had him pretty young. Okay, well, we get a critter out of the deal. Let's play him. This is a nice big body anyway. Probably stop stuff from happening. Yeah, probably turn on their removal though. Boink. Yeah. Let's return this. So if they have an edict effect, we're safe for at least a turn. September 11, 2001. My wife and I's wedding anniversary is September 11th. That was a very strange second year anniversary. We were like, good, happy Anna. Whoa, God, what's on the TV? That's a good one, Mason one, yeah. Yep, lots of similar stories that way. I think we just attack with both. And then I'm just so eager to get in that Okiba. Hiya! Let's go. Let's hit. Boom, 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 boom. This way we can clear the road with a blade cast down double play next turn. Never mind. Well, we got one card out of their hand. Do 1 damage. Yeah, I don't mind it having an anniversary on a doomsday sort of date because it, nobody's at restaurants or anything like that. It's actually worked out pretty well, and it gives us something to celebrate instead of being sad. So, good times. Demios 907, what a cool name. I played a 6-person game of Elder Dragon Highlander Wednesday, and yeah, wasn't. Oh, zombie. I haven't seen this in a while. Every once in a while, somebody will make a really good zombies list. Maybe this is it. I was a night manager at Lee's Chicken, says Bacon Master. One of the people working there said I should come to their house and try MTG. It was the start of a long journey. Yep. Yeah, this is a cool little theme. Tell us your stories, everybody. That's cool. All right. Do we just eviscerate the hand? I think we do. Let's cast this down. I probably should have. I don't have the option to do that. Never mind. All right. He's got an answer for that. Reloads the hand. Let's do the thing. We'll bring this down so we have a bit more tempo here. Drop the blade, drop the hawk, Bring back the attendant next turn. Good times. Boop. This borders on unfair when this thing starts hitting. Enough mana, just max out your mana every turn, draw cards, do stuff. Very proactive deck. I like the Eldorian Dead. A lot of fond memories of that card because when Ice Age came out, we would drive all over the Sacramento area, from there to like Lake Tahoe, my friends and I, and we would open these because Ice Age was such a massive set, and we would open them and just be blown away that we would never get the same rares. We just thought it was like this unlimited, unending set that just, was never going to go away. So cool. We'll bring out one of these. Is it going to throw like a longbow on one of these, maybe? Who knows? Oh, this is a strange... Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, except for the Jazzercise counterspell. That has never been... And of course, that's the one in paper that I have a lot of. Just like, that looks about as magical as a pile of dirt. It's so weird. It's like, hey, we'll put this exercise lady countering a spell. It's like, what? It's got to be the worst one. At least it wasn't white bordered. Yeah, we would just, whoever was driving was, everybody would read them their rare or whatever card they got, and sometimes we wouldn't make that trip all that often. So when we did, we really made it count. And oh my God, we were, go down there, spend about $100 each, have like 4 or 5 boxes each, and open them all up, and nothing matched. It was like, how big is this set? That was when I really first got the hint that this isn't going anywhere. This just kind of has unlimited potential. And that was back when, they really didn't even have things like flashback yet. I remember when Odyssey, I played a lot of Odyssey Block Constructed, and when that first came out, that was like the big thing. Like, there's this new thing called flashback, and then from there on, that started being a thing. But that's about your time frame there, Bacon Master, if I remember right, because my oldest was about 1 or 2 when I won a big event and got a bunch of Invasion Block Constructed. Been killed by many a Spirit Monger. We like this. It's another dude. We'll put it on top. Not sure I really want the blade out right now. I mean, we got to do it at one point or another, right? And they don't have Deadly Dispute math. But I really like tempo. Let me see. I'm going to bring out the attendant first. Get a big old body. Stop stuff from swinging at us. These little mirror tritons have really helped their game go up. I'll say yes to this. Bring back Lembas. Get some card draw going on. Good times. Whoop whoop. Phyrexian Might token. You thought you seen it all. Yeah, the Tempest counterspell is pretty cool. Yeah, Mind Stab Throw. The Jazzercise counterspell. It's from Ice Age. It's this woman with a ponytail and like this yoga outfit or something, just going like this, and it just looks ridiculous. You really like that one? Even though I gave it that moniker? Oh, that's just me calling it how I see it. I've always joked around, called it that with my sons ever since I had it. And we can't block with Toxic. That sucks. Okay. I really thought I'd still be in the first game by now, because this can be a pretty grindy deck. All right, let's turn on the beast. We'll do this and at least get one good card out of the deal. Boop. Funny, all the other blade builds that I have, which are numerous, because let's face it, it's one of the more exciting cards to come out in about a year, and everybody's brewing with it. But I tend to flip those all the time. And this one I don't. This one I just keep replaying it. I think I maybe done it once. Critical mass has been achieved. What's he going to prefer? Oh, nice play. Rotten Reunion showing up. And going away. And here we go. Boom, 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 boom. I had no idea. Are you making that up, Dreamer Stingo? Or did you actually find a link that they claim that? Or know the artist personally? It feels to me like the art director was like, we need 5 more cards because we have these 5 paintings laying around. Let's just use them for whatever. Nobody's gonna know. I'm sure that's happened a few times. You get some really good art, and you're like, that'll work. Be nice to know the inside scoop on that. For everything as specific as a ginger brute, what's a Kor Skyfisher, right? You could probably, I'm sure there were a lot of different drawings for that. We got nothing coming our way. I think they forgot that the Might token can't block. All right, here comes some draw. Always like to do the Lembas first. Might affect what your decision tree becomes. Hey, that's pretty good. Is it? No, I'm going to throw that on the bottom. All right. I can still do the thing. Let's play another one. Sure, we always like to see that. And I'll just drop Overseer this turn. Probably should attack before I tap all out like that, but let's come on over with the Flyers. Got about 4 turns. There was once in a while, the original list didn't have any Ancient Dens or Whispers. I only put 1 of each in for those really rare scenarios where you want to be the aggro, but you don't have enough synergy early. Just wanted that option for that early out, if anybody's wondering. It doesn't really lay you too susceptible to dust to dust. Penguin Wrangler in the house. Happy to be here. Got 10k points. Things might get hairy, y'all. It's welcome today because I'm a little chilly, so some hair on my head might warm me up a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. It's the silliest contest. I got to get some more headwear, so I got some more options for everybody, especially when the summertime comes. I'm very nervous about my team, the 49ers, because they're so ahead right now that they're sitting and resting everybody, and it's going to be like close to 3 weeks before the main players play ball, and I'm just like, that just feels dangerous. Just seems like that's a little too much time off. I mean, rest is great, but tempo's a thing, and you can definitely lose it. Let's bring out the big bad fatty, and then we'll just return it. I guess we return the blade, right? Do we want to? Sure. Yeah, we'll do this. Bonk. Cut down the numbers, sir. They've got another one in the yard. All right. Once that attendant's down, boy, that thing's pretty hard to kill. Bum, bum, bum. Dreamer's thing. It's like the swimsuit edition for Magic the Gathering. All right, let's kill some stuff. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Oops. I'll do that. Is this like the Alamo here? What do they got? Oh, they have an Anthem effect? Or not? Some Undying effect? Oh, just a dispute. How unoriginal anymore, right? Everyone sees that one coming a mile away. Woo! Alrighty. W. So yeah, I ran into this beast, this similar list. I'll show you guys the original in a little bit, but I got to remember what we're playing against. All right. Hadar for sure. Bringing both of those. Yeah, I think I'll leave them out. We saw some graveyard shenanigans. I don't know if I really want that, though. These, I'll just do a hard swap for these. This could be a nice blocker. I'd like to bring in a missionary. For what, though, right? Clerics are going to be nice blockers. Oh, there's an Inspector. Just get our life up just a little bit. These guys were nice. Big old bodies, so I don't mind seeing those. Maybe I lose one for another missionary for a little swap. Maybe we can turn on our Omen of the Dead action. I'm not lying. I like Billy Idol. Ninja Rats and lots of bounce. Yeah, this won the Pauper Classic Tuesday about 2 or 3 weeks ago by the player Leogic22. I unfortunately was playing White Infect against this and got obliterated. I ran into him twice. Good grief, what a horrible hand. And it just kept winning, and every time I sleeved it up, there were a few cards that I thought were just a little too cutesy. I guess we'll get rid of a swamp here. And so I did away with those, and this is my take on it. It's about 10% changed. Well, but like I said, at the end of the show, we'll go over his original list. I think you'll see why I did what I did, or maybe not. All right, let's bring out a Barrens, get some life. No, Dreamer Stingo, I don't think that card's playable in White Infect, unless you just know you're going to be running into that Blade stuff. But even then, waiting to the turn 4 to have 2 Edict targets, it's a bit of a stretch. I know the Toxic thing can hit once, but not a fan. When that card was printed, I was like, nobody's ever going to play that. But this one did, so there you go. Okay, we'll start eating some bread here. Hopefully it's of the Rye Persuasion top. And we'll get a little spot removal here. When I do have bread, boy, I'm a big fan of a Reuben with like really good rye bread. It's rye, right? I think so. Tried to make that. We have a bread maker, and oh my God, turned out like just this black rock. It was a murder weapon of the kitchen. After eating up about 4 hours of energy and making the house smell very good, and it was completely ineditable. I can't even say that. Never mind. Bread bombs removal. I call it bread blade. Well, this feels a bit underwhelming on this thing. I think I'm just going to lead off with this because I don't want to walk into a deadly dispute target. Unpronounceable. Sounds like one of those jackass cards from Magic with the unsets. Yes. We'll bring this back. Make him think we've only got the one. Let's go. If he was tapped out, I might have considered doing that, but I sure like this card. I like the way it looks. It just feels ancient to me. Obviously with the archaeological... Boy, what is wrong with my head today? I'll say top. Flush out on lands after this. Inconceivable. Did they make that into a card? I know they had a Princess Bride Magic Drop or whatever that's called. And I know like Vincini is an actual character, but did they make a spell called Inconceivable? That would be pretty sweet. And what would it do? Yeah, see, we would have just wasted removal there. Bum, 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 bum. I really like that. What is it? The Rusted Relic? It's a 4/4. Forget what the drawback is. You have to have like a big, like 4 artifacts for it to be a creature, but I made a pretty mean deck with that a while back. Meant to show you guys, and I just lost it in the shuffle. There's that one with Flash, too. It's like the bedroom closet, or whatever. I forget what their wardrobe that can attack. I always thought those kind of things are very good in this Edict heavy metagame with everybody playing Tithing Blade because your creature isn't a creature when it's their turn. So yeah, Rusted Relic's 5/5. That's right. Finally, I got a stat wrong. I feel a little bit better about me not being such a big nerd. Alrighty, do we do it now? Turn that into a 3/3 and then we can kill it all the better. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Be very careful to click on your opponent here, not yourself. That can be pretty cruel. There we go, there we go. This is interesting with this order. They might be able to trip both tokens. Oh, never mind. I thought they might have another dispute for the last one, but I guess you do want to let that live. That's the whole point of doing all this. Bloop. Down it goes. Hiya. That's the one. And there's the teddy bear one, too, I think, that does that. And then there's the Ichor Spring. And And then the statue of suchity such, which for a while was really expensive, and then it got reprinted and it went to pennies. But if you're having problems shutting the door against these blade decks, that's a really neat way around it. The power of sorceries. Both zombies coming back. I played a few Gold Collar's Chance in my day. That's a heck of a card for 1 mana, getting back 2 of your targets. That's the one, Guardian Idol. Again, I'm glad I didn't have that on my memory. Just run them out of time. Yeah, speaking of time, I gotta watch out. Well, we've got all quality here. Unless they've got Village Rites, I think we're safe from the... which we haven't seen. I think they're only playing the one. All right, we'll drop a blade here. Let's see what they lose. It'll probably be the Triton. What do we got here, guys? Okay. Oops, not that. Spot removal for a reason. Boink. I don't believe I dropped a land this turn. I keep meaning to brew around this. You know, it'd be really good in a land destruction deck. The end of their turn or the beginning of years when you're really flooded, make sure you're not going to top deck a land. All right, let's attack. Be nice to get some life on board here. All right, drop this. We'll do that. Okay. We get a creature in the yard. I might consider converting that Tithing Blade. I've already got the one. Princess Pride, got Command Towers, Silence, Battle Wits. Thank you for that, Mind Step. Yeah, it's one of the better cards for sure. Rotten Reunions made, I think I have 1 or 2 copies of that now in my black sack list for very obvious reasons. It's just so at home there. 2 cards for 1 mana. Pretty crazy. Just wish you could block with them, man. That would be ultimate. Down they come again. Be nice to draw another Hadar here. Sweeten the deal. Alrighty. We've got a nice option here. Play the land. Let's play this, and we'll just double blade here. Blade. 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 And we might start considering eating that bread. Especially if that other carrion feeder was out. But for right now, I think we're just going to try to reduce the numbers. And that's a form of gaining life, right? Reduce the pain. What does he have here? Another one of those? Dang. Either I didn't see that in the yard, or what did I miss? All right. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. We've got a blocker. Yeah, I really like that with Springleaf Drum Tune, Chimpskey. Bummed out you said it. That was one of the first observations I had too, where I was like, oh, that's pretty nasty. It's like, it wasn't designed to just keep it around forever, but it's like, oh, I'm just going to turn it into a bird of paradise. Good times. So I will block here. For Skyfisher dies, it's fine. We can activate the blade, at least one of them. And we can also get back the Skyfisher with the Omen, so... I'm probably going to... I'm always a little wary around zombies. They can do quite a bit of damage with stuff. So I do think I'll block this. Block this. Okay. Hiya! 3 zombies out. Go down to that. Trade here. Omen of the Dead, one of my very favorite black cards. I have so much I need to do. I need to make that video. I need to do the best white creatures video. I'm going to try to do a series here. It's It's very busy at work right now. Not the output, like my days are pretty boring, but there's a lot of like, you know, it's award season and stuff, and everybody in Hollywood wants to pat themselves on the back. So there's that. Do I just do this? Let's play this. I'm just going to go in blocks mode here. Sure. Top. We'll do this. Bring back a blade. Yep. Boink. I guess I got 2 blockers. I'll attack. Relic's Roar. Can somebody bring that up? I know about, we broke in Biggin right when it became like a thing. It's a couple months back. Relic's Roar. Until the end of turn, target artifact creature becomes a dinosaur. Huh. I'll have to check that out. If anybody's got a deck list of that, I'd love to see it. You know, me and Infect. Did it do good in the challenge or something? I haven't looked at one in a while. Yeah, I know I know all about Embiggen. That's like groundswell on steroids or permanently, right? Come on over. At this life stage, I will definitely do some blocking here. At least we've got an active Omen, or we could just turn on Tithing Blade here. Zombies get big. Oh no, we don't kill anything this way. Boy, am I glad I blocked. In Oketra's name, zombies you control get 2-1 until the end of turn. Pretty nice. I pause on cards like that just to try to burn them into my memory, and so other people watching the show can be like, what? I have enough time to freeze the frame. And yeah, every time one of those little switch this creature's stats for a turn, turn it into a blankety blank, I'm always asking my son, I'm like, would that work with it? In fact, it usually does too. That's what I call a Vegas deck, though, you know. It's like Vegas, you only hear when people are winning. The machines only make noise when somebody's winning big at a table. You never hear the dull roar of horribly slow death. Let's Blade, see what they lose. Oh, yep. Might want to do that. They've got a rotten reunion over there. I'm going to cast down here. I guess we Omen back the... All right, so we got that one down. Doop-de-doop. I want to show you guys the other list before I take my first coffee break here. So the player's name is Leodic22. And like I said, I was just played the absolute worst. Like the first game, right? I was pretty much on hexproof, but it was wide infect, and they were running it. So this is my build. This is where his started. I was surprised it got first because of cards like Unmake. And I mean, look at this 2-drop spot, right? It is just so clogged. And I thought this was just overkill. Never shy of cards with the Inspector and Lembas engine, and I just thought this was super, super overkill. I added a Cleric, a 4th one of these, a 2nd one of these, lost the Unmakes, tinkered with the lands a tiny bit, and added a Okiba. And other than that, kept the sideboard pretty similar. This is a strange card. A lot of people might not know. Actually had it win me a game, though, because a Wrath effect happened, and then I was able to just attack with the Incubator for the win there. But anyway, this is the one that I prefer to roll with and go. So anyway, we'll be back. I'm going to grab some more coffee and such. We're going to check out Conan in a very funny skit, one of my favorite old shows. Be back in just a sec, guys.
And I just saw a story, and I thought it was interesting. It said that the fastest growing county in the country is Flagler County in Florida. So that was interesting.
Wait. Did you say Flagler County, Florida?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Flagler County. Yeah.
No. I thought the fastest growing county was Lyon County, Nevada.
Oh, no, that's actually interesting because it says that Lyon County finished 2nd in the nation. Yeah.
No, that can't be. Lyon County's the fastest. There's no reason to live
my God! That poor guy. Oh!
I'm ready to see more of the show.
All right, well, that's great. I'm glad you're okay. Unfortunately, your seat has already been filled. Yeah. But if you want, there's still room in the back.
Sit in the back? With those people? Those are the worst seats in the house, man. If I have to sit back there, there's no reason to live. No reason to live. Where's my bicycle? Where's my bicycle?
Oh my God! I never knew there was an iron suspension bridge outside our popular center. And I've been here a long time. I should look around more. Well, my apologies to the viewers who had to witness.
The landing!
Oh, hey!
And we're back. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, and I got the wig on there. Pangolin Wrangler with the 10,000 Pauper points. So I feel a little bit warmer. Thank you. All right, let's go. We haven't lost a single game, but I'm sure that'll change. We'll keep this. We have one black spell, but I don't think it's worth them all, especially with Lembas Recursion in our hand. And I was like, why am I in stereo? Get down. Here we go. All right, let's go. Come on now. How long does it take to see if you like your hand? About that long. All right, off we go, Inspector. I'm so glad that the new Inspector that's coming out in the, what is that, the Crimes in such manner. I forget the next thing coming out, but it's literally the exact same card as Thraben Inspector, but I like the artwork so much more. John Winkle. That's, you know, it's so funny. I've been playing quite a bit of just casual and rarely seeing red anymore. It's, I think after the ban, like everybody just kind of reset their decks of choice, and it's like it's only one card, people. For Crimes at such manner. That's what I'm calling it. Sticking to it. We'll lead off with Lembas here. Get our little draw engine going. See if we like what we see. We still need to hit a swamp variety. That's, we already got one. We'll say bottom. Hey, all right, cool. We already played our land. Against red, I'm going to just sit back. I want to use a good spell on it to get in 1 damage. I'm fine with that. That's right. Murders at Karlov Manor. That be the one. Bird of Paradise Avatar. Don't see that much. Got the Lord of the Rings lands there. Cool. It's better than hitting our face. We'll do that. Doubt I'm going to Omen that back, but might consider it later. You know, the last time I wore this wig, I messed with it, and one of the hairs fell on my coffee, and I was like, I don't miss that problem. Another good benefit of being bald. Just turn on the blade engine here, maybe. Depends what we draw. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm just going to lead with that. They want to kill it. That's fine. A lot of card. Kind of demands a bit of removal because it lets us race. Now, this is when you love Indoctrination Attendant. I'm not going to lie. If I played this for more than what I have, like just a few days, I would definitely turn these into Vampire Sovereigns. I don't think it's... I haven't run into so many blade matchups where that's that detrimental, but that's a coif. But like I said, I wanted to play as close to the original as I could. What do they call those lists? Just the good stuff. Just throwing a bunch of good stuff. Who's the artist on this? Makes you wonder if that was all one canvas and then they broke it up into 2. I sure like these little old school looking maps. Gondor, Bay of Belfalis. Well, that's one good thing that came out of World War I, right? I know Tolkien was right in the midst of all that fighting and war and everything. That's why he ended up writing the book. All right. What shall we do? I believe... Yeah, I want to bring out the big fatty. That's just going to be such a roadblock. Let's attack first. Maybe they'll use some more removal and keep us healthy. Wonder what's going to take the place of... what's his name? Swiftspear. This will get the big pause from our opponent. Just add in some more bolts. Yeah, it's going to make for some crazy redundancy. Yep, bring back Lembas. And now, what are you going to do about that? Attacking ends. This should just have a Phyrexian stop sign on its head. Stop! We were watching Harry Potter over the holidays. One of the earlier ones, maybe Azkaban, and the actress that plays Hermione in her British accent, obviously voice, she says the word stop, but she goes stop like that, and so it's like a thing with our family now. We always say it that way. Another bushwhacker? I think that's why you'd run one out before the other. It's a grenade. Hey, there's a way around it. Well, that cost him a lot of cards. We still got the one. What's the deal with this? Can't block. Technically does 2 points of damage. One's infect, one's regular. All right. I'm tired of getting attacked with this thing. We have that and that. We'll get the blade going here. Against this matchup, I think I might want to activate the blade, especially if we draw into another one. Bring out Skyfisher for the obvious here. Bring back blade, attack, might as well. Can't block. Let's get the aggro going. Are they out of damage? We've been lightning bolted, chain lightninged, and grenaded. Yeah, I noticed that too, Bacon Master. You look at it, it's a pretty good hand, but they're just playing it in a strange order. I'm sure that Indoctrination Attendant threw him for a loop. They're like, what on earth? Had to use 2 cards to get rid of it, and it's still kind of around thanks to the little toxic dude. Yeah, where's the Kildatha Rebirth, right? Maybe it's a Black Edict player that's new to burn, and so they're just used to pointing their spells at creatures. That's my theory. We got like is this bushwhacker coming up? Ouch. Man, yeah, we'd almost be dead if they just pointed that to our face, right? Yarglil, thank you, man. Right back at ya. Thank you for the hype. Give me a swamp. Just a basic or something, right? That's pretty good. Do I want to just get back Overseer? Nah, I always want to get Skyfisher. Pretty obvious. Bloop. Okay. Go get you some. Bloop, bloop. Come on back. And then we'll play this. Bring him back a plane. It's a pretty fun list. A lot of decision trees. There it is. Pop, pop. Goblin Grenade. I gotta say it like Japanese anime. Goblin Grenado. My sons and I, during the holidays, it's like, if there was ever a one word anything, we would always say it that way. Drives my wife crazy. Yeah, we're gonna get him with some poison counters. That's the spirit. I like tithing blading tokens. It's funny. Like, look at this. Guess we'll just double attack here. We're gonna kill him before we kill him? Does that make any sense? Let's just bread here. Rather just have a random card. That's pretty good. All right, we'll do the thing. Now we can Tithing Blade the whatever Inspector probably. Just start getting back steady damage. All right, cool. This deck always plays like this, where it's just that inevitability. It's nothing new. You guys all seen it, but this one in particular just seemed like it just, there's nothing cutesy in it. It's just all gas. You always can, and I think what I really like about it is you can max out your turn. Like you can always just use all your mana and just, it's very efficient that way. Let's assume that their deck's a lot meaner than we saw, because treat it like the decks of old. I don't really want more than that. Cast down. Journey I can repeat, but that's fine. These will be pretty good. Inspiring Overseer can probably cut. I mean, we've already got the life package here. We've got a better blocker here, so I'm going to cut another Overseer. I think we're good here. We've got 4 Wrath effects. We can clear out their hand here. We've got the repeatability and enough life stuff with the Omen that I think we're good. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I really like the Attendant, man. They've got to use like 2 spells on it to just get rid of it and start attacking, because they are going wide, so. I'm going to do that. I like keeping the Tithing Blade too, because if it does get to mid to long, I can, which I was about to do, activate it and start gaining some steady life every turn. Oh, that's not good. We have 21 lands in this. We're going to mulligan. First mulligan of the day, I believe. We'll keep here. What is the deal? This deck either always prefers one or the other. I guess we'll get rid of the den. Bum, bum, bum. Not much to do with this opener. Yeah, I think everybody's that's played Burn more than a couple of months has had that turn where you have no permanents left and you have done exact damage. That's a good feeling. Agreed, Bacon Master. Alrighty. I'm going to bring this out just in case they have artifact removal. Don't need to play that vault till I have to. We'll just get back all our life with Missionary. Slow roll it. You know, I guess we can just get it back with Omen. That might even cause a concession against some burn lists. Yeah, Dreamer Stingo, I agree. When that happened, I was on a bit of a hiatus when it physically happened, but that whole block, and I think Arcadian Masks did that too, where it's just this whole new way of casting things. It was like, what? And then it took people so long to understand you can use the mana and then sack it. And then there was a whole nother revelation of just like, oh my God. Yeah, this is a pretty good start. At the expense of lands here. Alrighty. We'll bring out the guy, we'll block, or it'll probably get bolted, and we'll bring it back with Omen. And then hopefully our board appears better. Happy to block here. Billy Idol. Getting up there in years. Looks it. Little wizened. Wow. That is a really reckless play. 1 land left and 1 card in hand, and they use a permanent to do that. Strange. I mean, you can't even argue if you have a Bushwhacker in hand. Doesn't make sense. Goblin Chariot. Doesn't that cost 2 and a red? And why do I know that? I made a really generic 2-deck set for my neighbors who are, gosh, in their, I think they're 70s, 60s, 70s, to try to get them into Magic. So they're always like playing all these crazy card games and everything from Settlers of Catan to 313 to some Knights Poker, Rummy Cube, all these, classics, Bridge. So I brought over Magic, trying to teach them, just what you think, like Here's a shock. Here's a giant growth, like just the bare minimum stuff. And I think that's why I remember Goblin Chariot, because that was in there. Propaganda. Howl? I don't know. Is that you're requesting I howl? Is that how I'm supposed to interpret that? Okay. Let's do this. We'll bring back Omen. Bring back the dude. Do they concede? We're at 18 after their blistering start, and we still have a good blocker. Oh yeah, Rebel Yell. That's it. With a Rebel Yell. Yeah, we got White Wedding too, so you can make a missionary deck with the wedding invitation and rock out to some Billy Idol tunes. That's a pretty deep dive. Come on, Goblin, I'll block you. Let's go. Pum, pum, pum. Crack. There you go. Bacon Master, that's why I'm always bad-mouthing myself. I have way too much knowledge of this game that doesn't matter. Like, why would I know Goblin Chariot just like that? The majority of cards, though, I don't know. I think about it a lot. Even the bad cards. Alrighty. I guess we'll just do the thing here. Bring out the blade. Get rid of their thing. Probably get a concession here. We're really loaded now, even if they have a, what do you call, Killed Off the Rebirth engine thing going on. We'll be all right. Let's bring this up. Get some aggro going. Such a blistering start, and we're at 16. Totally stabilized. And hands ready to destroy. Thank you, Billy Idol. Because he's a magic for you. Oh, thank you for that. And Chimpskey, both an insult and a compliment. I'll take it as the second. And my son sometimes will sit on the couch and he's like, "Hey, Dad, you ever hear?" And I'll pretty much read him the whole card, and it's not even in Pauper or something. It's just from long ago. Oh, I didn't know that Mind Stab throw about Rebel Yell. I thought after his accident, he had that song where he was in the pictures. God, what was that song? It was really good. I thought that was one of his best songs. All right, the campus shows up. We don't have much else to do here. We'll bring out the... I guess I should have Lembas first there. Might have decided a different land there, but we're fine with that. Already got one. We'll throw it back. I'd rather have other resources at this point. Okay. Oh, what was it? I just can't hear the chorus, and that's obviously what the name of the song is, so. Good stuff. I still like me a good 80s song. Makes you wonder if they were good songs or if you just heard them so much that they just became, part of your memory. I always wonder that, because back in the day before anything was real digital and you had, I'm going to age myself, cassettes, this is even before CDs, you'd always buy it for one song. But that song that followed that, anybody over about 30, 35-ish will probably remember this, became your new favorite. But then it's like, well, it didn't initially get you, so was it a good song, or did it just beat its way into your brain matter? I don't know. Cradle of Love, that's the one. Thank you, Mind Stab Throw. Damn good song. He is so fired up in that one. All right, just in case they blow that up, we'll get some aggro going here. Drop the Bog, pass the turn. Maybe we'll infect them before we kill them. Yeah, we've got way too much synergy and resources right now. They'd have to have just a crazy bushwhacker hand and a lot of resources to go along with it. Yep. We'll bring back this. Play it. I'm going to get Missionary. I want to really just shut the door here. A little bit better synergy with the Glint Hawk, but I respect red. I think think when we drop it, it's just going to be over. That's pretty good. Maker's Mark, Dreamer Stingo. It's still a card I haven't got yet. Name Sticker Goblin. All the bots that I'm associated with are always out, and I don't want to start yet another bot that I have credits in store for, you know. Once in a while I'll go through my... I really dislike Magic Online's friend thing because it won't let you go over 300. And so anytime I have to like invite friend in like a tournament or something, I have to lose somebody, and once in a while I'm like, what's this? And I click on it and it's like some bot without an obvious name, and I'm... All right, here comes Bushwhacker probably. We've got enough to missionary and arms here. That'll feel pretty good. Are we just going to get Goblin Grenaded? That's an option too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Name Sticker Goblin's name either. It just really takes you out of the Magic universe. It's the same reason I don't like dinosaurs. Well, we got some options here. Is this just going to cause a concession? Let's see. All Hadar now. Boop. Yep. And followed by Billy Idol. So, wow, we haven't dropped one game. That one was a little suspect. Not sure if they were new to red or what. So, yeah, just a lot of flexibility. We've got the, I mean, this is just Orzhov 101. It's nothing, you know, new to this list, but the recursion late game engine, just the efficiency of bouncing everything. Good times. Whoop. Oh, that was going to be a rematch. Okay. Play lobby. Create. Go. Go back over here. As we go here. So yeah, these could definitely turn into Vampire Sovereigns. We haven't seen Okiba really get through. I had that one time, and then they blasted it before we could do the thing. But so fun. This is such a house card against anything with islands. They're just sitting back. They're like, you got one Inspector out. They're just waiting to counter anything, and you drop a Okiba. It's like, oh no, battle stations. Alert, alert. Start developing quickly. You cannot sit back and do nothing. Goblin Cowboy. Oh, man. Yeah, I heard, I know that set came out, or I saw, I think it was the professor months ago talking about it, and I was like, oh boy, there's one I'm not going to like. There was, the original Westworld is oddly spooky. Before my time, but I have seen it once in a while on TV back in the day, and yeah, what was it? Yul Brynner played the robot cowboy, and for its time, that was a pretty trippy movie. It's kind of played like, hey, first time chat, Parman, we've got the list right there. You can just download it, see it interactive and everything. We prefer to do it that way. Goblin Whip Cracker. Yeah, they'll start getting like arena when it comes into play. You'll hear that whip, which, for all you science nerds out there, know, a whip crack is actually a sonic boom. How many of you knew that? Dreadman. I don't think I've ever seen that, Penguin Wrangler. It was a really old classic my 5th grade teacher loved called Shane. It's almost unwatchable because the kid's just so irritating in it when I rewatched it, but I remember that. That was a pretty good old gunslinger movie. Yeah, we call this Bread Blade. We're going to mulligan for the second time today. We'll keep this. We really hope they're on a bunch of little critters. Don't think we're going to need this anytime soon. It's just tough. I'll get rid of a swamp. We do have 21 lands. It's one of those, if they're playing kill everything, we got an option here, which might be the case. Don't know what they're on because it's the first game. Speaking of good movies, I really liked Into the Wild. I really like that one. Where that kid just sets off on his own into Alaska wilderness. Like me, Sheriff, and I'll deputize you. 1-1. It's a lot of... Not much room left for the stats there. All right. Oh yeah, this might be the big stink style list, right? Can never tell. Troll's so flexible, you can't really put somebody on a list just by seeing the troll. And cheaty lands. Oh, we just got some NBC here, huh? All right. Well, we're going to really like that Omen of the Dead. So, definitely going to cycle this Fumes EOT. Doubt it's going to be needed. Hopefully Gary doesn't get out of control here. We rarely hurt for lands in this list, but so far, throwing that one back might not have been the play, but we'll see. Gotta remember to set up straighter. This wig makes me want to slouch so I can get it in the frame. Oh shoot! Oh good. I double hit that and I didn't know if it was going to count it as missing the EOT there. So I go, give me a land. Thank you. Yeah, I really like playing Inspiring Overseer here because we know stuff's going to die. Except that it doesn't cost a spell. Oh well, I'm just going to play it for the card draw. They're just going to kill it. We'll gain a life. We'll have a target for Omen. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll just Blade Skyfisher. And Skyfisher will need to cast down Demise in about a turn. And then we can go get it back with Omen and start rinse repeating. Yeah, I was looking at that Hunter's Blowgun the other day. It's funny you bring that up. But it turns Death Touch Ping styles into a sorcery speed, which I don't know if I'm a fan of. I dusted that off and built that in paper again for kitchen table games. It's funny how one deck can just destroy something and then completely lose to another style. Shouldn't be too big of a surprise, but it is stunning when you see it happen so often. All right. I'm getting blonde hairs in my mouth. Give me a plains. Just a plain. All right, all right. Well, let's do the thing. We'll drop the blade, get rid of one of these witches. I don't think I want to drop that right now. We'll just leave it at that. Ooh, got the capybara avatar. Always like to see that. Bring down the blood pressure. If we just had a land, we'd be really in this. Propaganda. Your wife finding all the blonde hairs on your shoulders. Finish the show and get rid of the wig. Where'd you go to? Yeah, he thinks I'm having an affair or something. Like, where are these coming from? Okay. Come on, give me a basic. Thank you. It's about time. Let's cast down the witches. No, let's just start doing the blade dance. Bring back the blade. Play the blade. I'm sure it's going to get cast down next turn. Probably going to lose the thorn, I would imagine. Okay, attacking ends. Incoming cast down, probably. Oh yeah, horsemanship, Dreamer Stango, that's right. Good cowboy ability, that's for sure. Wish they would bring that back. Oh, they got their little blade action going on. Didn't call that one. I thought that was going to be a cast down that turn. Well, Gary's going to hit really hard if he comes out. Comes out to play. All right, we can do that to that. Yeah, that's a hell of a turn, isn't it? I'll drop this, bring back the blade, cast it, drop Omen. Yep. Blade. Of course, they've got quite a few options in their graveyard with that Blood Fountain. Be nice to have top decked a Bog there. We've got a better answer than Blood Fountain. We've got Omen of the Dead. Best card ever. Dun 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 dun. How many hundreds of times have I done that over the years? Probably about 100. One of the first few months we did Propaganda, I had a horsemanship build. It was a Suicide Black with Shadow and Horsemanship. Dark Rituals, a lot of Unholy Strengths and whatnot. Yep, I know the Tenderfoot. Bushido. Down goes Glint Hawk. Gonna probably trip that Blood Fountain. No? What's this? Sovereign or Gary? Okay. Boy, I'd really like to see a Bog here. I'm going to turn on that Okiba-Gang, hopefully. I believe I'm going to play the Attendant because that'll give us 2 permanents. Yeah, we're not hurting too bad on any of this other stuff. So let me just drop this out in case they got another edict effect here. Flintlocks. That'd be a cool little artifact. Be like a red one that just causes a spark or something. You always know the person's reading the card when that kind of stuff happens, right? Yep. I'll bring back, we've got removal in our hand. I'll bring back the Omen. One I care the most about. That would have been nice to have that Bojuka Bog right there, darn it. This is going to be a grind. Let's yield. Oh my god, I forgot they had the Monarch this whole time. I got to attack here, jeez. Kabops. Hey, we're up 2 minutes. That doesn't happen very often. Good news, the Blood Fountain here kind of takes their turn. Play a creature, we got ways around that. Grindcore episode. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're not... Oh man, they got another one. All right. Well, that kind of blows. Eventually we'll get in there. Our removal doesn't run out. There's Will, but Monarch's making it a lot harder than it should be. Oh, I like this. I want to get out 2 creatures here, so I'm going to Cleric. And we're going to exile, I think the Troll at this stage. Kind of a dumb play with this out. Force them to do it now here. At least this way we don't get cast down the EOT. Got it, got it, got it. Let's do this to this, or... You know what? Let me do this. Oh, I thought we had a Glint Hawk. We do. It's in our graveyard. That's. My mind was going a little too fast. I'll do this. Grab Glint Hawk. Just make them know whatever they cast. Nighty night. Cast this. Get back Blade. And hopefully something lives. Maybe we'll just deck them, huh? Boink. Yes, this. Let's go. Be like having a full hand. This is the deck for you. Just need some basics to show up here. This is, where's our bread at? This is called Bread Blade. Come on now. got a cave troll showing up, or is it Gary? Gary's not going to be so bad. Question, this doesn't really, when it's flipped, this little triangle, does that even count as Gary? All right, I'll definitely choose that. Wow, they had all 3 blades out. Interesting. Maybe they're sitting on another Spinning Darkness. Nope, they've got it. All right. Gosh, one of these years we're going to attack. Uh-oh, that hurts. Good thing we've got Skyfisher in our hand. Could always Skyfisher, bounce land, play Overseer. They ever going to run out of removal here? Not with the Monarch over and over and over again. I'll take it. Except I can't do that. I think it's optimal here to play 2 creatures. Yeah, but by doing that, I have to do the... Shoot. Skyfisher into that. I'm just gonna keep our little engine going here. Stuff will die. Yep, we'll bring this back. Get our lands right. Not optimal, but I mean, I'm sure they got an answer for that. I swear, I think about putting 1 Ginger Brute in every single build just for situations like this. Not that you would have it in your hand, but mana's getting a little bit better. We're only at 19. We're feeling all right. They're halfway through their list almost. Yeah, once I can, Bacon Master, but God, it has been a while. This feels like an enchantment, doesn't it? When the Sepulchre comes out, it's just like I play that Dawnbringer every time. I'm like, oh, I can do it. No, you can't do that. Yeah, the folks that helped us make this deck box for Propaganda, they're called LDB Duel, and they've got this cute little chipmunk mascot. I think it's a woodchuck chipmunk. Haven't really asked. I'm going to try to make a very short, concise video for it because I do plan on playing it. But if you want one of these, the link's there with the code GOGO. Let's kill this as it enters. Doing the thing. Boop, 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 boop. So what? I'm only going to get 2 out of this, I think. Is that how it works? Let's see. Nope. Oh, the fountain. That's right. And double blade. That's right. Always save 2 there. Blood fountain. Come on, Bog. I'd really like to see a Bog show up here. Are we going to get through? Or are they just toying with us and the cast down's headed our way? Yeah, White Mane Lion. Haven't played that one in a while. You've got the... there's some sort of navigator too, right? I'm going to do this in case I draw a Bog before I play my Swamp. We did not draw a Swamp. We will play here. We'll attack. Boy, if we can get Monarch, come on, live. I don't think this is going to get through. We sure have fought the good fight, though. Yep. Down it goes. Okay. And we'll play another evasive creature with all these benefits. They have yet another removal spell. Fanatical Offering showing up. They are drawing a lot of cards. Where is our bread at? Just call it up. Order up. Let's get a little bread blade. Gonna bring back that Skyfisher as soon as possible. Don't want to get bogged ourselves. Next turn, I think we Omen. Ah, shoot. That's what Monarch will do. It'll just get you everything you need all the time. Oh, this one loves red. They are exactly at 30 cards. 10 in front of us. Feels like a lot more. As we've drawn quite a few cards too, so just forget they have Monarch. I wish that thing glowed or pulsed or something. Says the guy who doesn't like these animations, right? Got to keep it one way or the other, darn it. Let's go. All right. Let's attack, see if they fall for it. We know they won't. Do the thing. Omen, Skyfisher, Omen, Overseer. They can just Blood Fountain, get back. Oh, they only have one creature now. Never mind. Where'd Gary go? I guess they exiled him, huh? Boink. Any order. Alrighty. Let me Omen here. Bring back Skyfisher. Skyfisher. Bring back Omen. Such a mean combo. Omen, bring back Inspiring Overseer, draw a card, gain a life. Keep out of Sepulchral range here. Can we draw a Bog, please? Whoop. How much removal do you got? There's some more cards for you. This will be funny if we never get Monarch and we end up somehow winning. Just a wall of removal. Lots of draw to get there. Come on, run out. If they've got a... hey, there's our other Omen. That feels pretty flexible if they have some sort of way. I've won quite a few Monarch matchups where I just let the opponent deck themselves. But life isn't so close that we can really kind of ignore a late turn Gary, especially if these Tithing Blades all start turning over. That could get sketchy. That suggests they don't. Oh no, this is just a Gary play. All right, dang it. We've got the answer in hand for the... We in single digits? We are. That's scary. What a grind. But hey, that's what we signed up for. For those of you that say I never play grindy decks. It's usually because of the stream. Actually, it's usually because my old PC just couldn't take a lot of the strain. I tried to get in and out in about 2 hours, but... That's scary. That's scary. Oh, there's a double play. I like that. Let's clear the way, first of all. Guess we, yeah, we'll Tithing Blade. I guess we keep the options open. Attack first. Oh boy, we really need, if he Blood Fountains that back, we're just dead. So we need to draw Bog here. Badly. Come on, don't have double answers, right? Are we going to finally get in? Or does he have Spinning Darkness again? Pausing for dramatic effect. Yep, there we go. That blows. I think we're losing here, guys. I'm going to Lembas here just so if we do have a Bog show up, got two chances to find one. Come on, Bog. No, I'll say bottom, shall we? Say bottom? Bog? No, almost. Yeah, we're dead if they just play the Blood Fountain here, but we'll hope that they don't see it. That's never good magic. Omen of the Dead. Do we bring back, actually, Skyfisher here? Bring back Skyfisher. Shoot, I just, 2, 4, we take 5. Gary shows up either way. I'd rather just kill that now. Well, then he can just recast it. Dang it, this is a tight spot. I'll bring back Skyfisher. Looks strong right now for sure. Bring this back. I just have to represent grabbing the Monarch next turn if they suddenly draw dead. These are the kind of lists that Black Burn just destroys because outside of, once Okiba's down, it's like, okay, good, you killed it. You already took, a swing of 4. I gained 2, you lose 2. Scorpion the same way, and then it's like, okay, you've got all these removal cards and nothing to do with them, and I just sit there and just dead draw, dead draw, dead draw. That's why I love Blackburn so much. It's got creatures you got to respect, but you're respecting too much. We lose our first game, or actually our very first game. All right, there's an L. How much time do we got? 15? We're doing all right. We're up 2. Okay. Dust to Dust would be pretty fun, huh? I like the Dawnbringers. Macabre, I do believe I want, but I think I want these a little bit more. We don't need these at all. I actually really like this in this matchup. Getting a 2, even though Active Witch is frustrating. Removal package is pretty good. I even like the Journeys. Got to lose 1 card. Maybe 1 Attendant. Let me lose one Seer. Let's do that. Yeah, I've been seeing that drought, Mephitic Drought. I've been seeing that quite a bit myself. This would be fun unchecked, huh? Gain some life. Let me get access to 1 Missionary just in case we get in that similar situation where we just need a little bit more life to stay away from a Gary play. I mean, we've got the spell bombs, but I don't think it's worth bringing in Artifact Hate for the Blood Fountains. Maybe. That might be bordering on overboarding. Bordering on overboarding. Ooh. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of kitchen table Magic with the boy. Can't say the boy anymore. Both my boys are men. It feels so weird. Yes. All right, we got a pretty good hand. We'll say keep. We've got options for an early Kombaji Witches. Nab that. Well said, VOTV. Every once in a while, you look at your kids when they're growing up and you're like, oh my God, that's like a fully formed man now. My oldest, he works out like a fiend and he's just so into fitness and eating well and everything. And you hug him, it's just like a brick. It's nice to have sons that are so different. My oldest, I can squeeze as hard as I want and I can't hurt him. Can't say that about Aaron. I feel like I might snap him if I squeezed him too hard. Let's go. Cool. Get our lands right. I guess we just play Inspector Go. Turn off any sort of warranted edict effects. Or make them unwarranted. Just add things. And just in time, Inspector. Come right in. The body was found over there. All right. Makes our choice a bit easy. What was I thinking? We should have brought in some Artifact Hate. I've got the Blades. Yeah, maybe some Dust to Dusts. Or the Sanctifiers. Yeah. Probably missed that. We'll do this. I just want a body out, so I'm going to play the Cleric here. Try to stay a little bit ahead here. Gain 2 life. Boop-a-doo. This keeps slow rolling here. We'll just crack the clue, drop a land, and hope for the best. I like that design of just having 1 or 2 Garys for just the late game like that. I'm assuming that's what they're running. Like this. Let's play it now. Get some more value out. Okay, I'll drop the Inspector. Make a clue, drop the Den. I'll crack that at the end of turn. Where are we going to finally hit him? Too bad Monarch's not out. Yeah, I know about Whiplash Trap. I still like Withdraw better than Whiplash Trap. Similar effect. You do have to pay mana for it. But when you're making a snap Vapor Snag list, Withdraw sometimes has a spot. Yeah, white's got the Pitfall Trap. One more game after this, see if we can pull off a victory here. Otherwise, it'll be our first loss of the day. Okay. Draw a card. Like this. Got robust creatures. I'd rather let's attack first. That's what I'm here for, Bacon Master. Always suggesting cards people are like, what? And they go, and they're like, oh. The good thing about playing for so long. Having a kind of a crystal brain for the format. Okay, I don't really want to do much else, but I do want to crack a clue option, so I can just keep on the aggro here. That's the key, isn't it? Somewhat playable. Probably keep that Dawnbringer in hand for creatures in the yard at this stage. I don't regret doing that last game where I forced him to use the blood there. First it felt like a mistake. The more I thought about it, I'm like, I think I would have reasoned that through. Stay away from Court Hussar. All right. Down it goes. Are we going to get bogged? Or are they just going after our biggest hit? Suggests they don't have the Witch in hand. I wouldn't waste a cast down if they had that. Last night I was playing with my boy and I was able to slowly deduce the 3 cards in his hand just from what he was choosing to block and not block. And he was like, Dad, you do that because of poker? It's like, probably. All right. Drawing cards. Bomb buttons. What is that? Just some fat little kitty? Pretty great. Boom, boom, boom. Hiya. Let's do that. Not what I want. Boy, we're getting all our basics that we wanted last game. Remember, we were a bit stultified at the beginning of that turn, so I like seeing this. We'll drop this now. There's nothing really to eat in the yard worthy. Do this. Come on over for all these things. Now I might consider bringing out the Dawnbringer. Just feels underwhelming, doesn't it? Gosh, I keep drawing like this. I want to trip that Omen if this keeps up. Good grief. Where's our combo, right? It's called Bread Blade for a reason. We haven't seen a single Skyfisher or Glint Hawk yet. Even the Attendant would be nice right about now. Bring back Omen, reset the Seer. 2 minutes up on our opponent, so that's the only thing we're doing right. Up 10 points, life-wise. Okay, there's journey target number 1. I'm going to get 3 out of that deal. Good times. That's a very good journey target, especially with 1 mana available here. Let's get rid of it now. Boink. Do that. No sense in leaving this in hand and just get duressed away, so let's do that. Do this. Attack. Just not getting the numbers. No, they just got so much removal. No, I'm going to bring out the other cleric. I'm just afraid they're sitting on like a Crypt Rat now. This will make them want to punch it through. We'll just gain the life here. Might trip that Spellbomb just for tempo. Seems really reckless, though. Okay. Well, I guess they don't have the rat. Oh, that's right, Mindstab. Good call. Although you don't see that in many sideboards. I always like Devour Flesh because you can target yourself and gain some life. It plays similar to Rekner's Bargain and Infinity, where they're never out of it. It's like you can always instantly get quite a bit of life back. 5 or 7 in the case of a Mer Enforcer. I'm so jealous of my wife. She's been able to play pickleball this whole time I've been down. It's been like plus or minus about 3 weeks, I think, since. I was so shocked how fast that sciatica hit because I was in the middle of a serve and I almost fell down. I'm like, that felt funny. And then the next step I took, I was like on my knees, and then it was just like crippled man. Just no warm up, no, oh, it's kind of hurting this morning. It's like, nope. Just like that. All right. If we draw, I've got double options here. I think they probably have a Defile, and we've already seen the 3 damage ones. So let's do this and pay the black, draw a card. We've still got another one out. Yes. Be removal. Thank you. Pretty good removal at that. Okay, now I don't have to crack the Omen. It always feels like bad magic when you're playing with Skyfishers, unless you got one of them already out there. Cool. There's our combo. Let's go. I'm sure they've got it. Let's see. Boom. Do we get it? Whoa, we got it. How cool. Well, not much else to do. Let's flip one of these over. We've got plenty of them. Do we? Oh, yeah, we've got the one in the hand. That's what I mean. All right, I don't care about you, Inspector. Let's go. Give us some good cards. All right, that's good. Hey, maybe we'll just quadruple blade, right? I love clock decks. I still haven't shown you guys the clock deck. It's been like 6 weeks I've been chatting about it. It's not the greatest thing ever. I mean, it's like a 2-3 or a 3-2 styled outing, you know. Transformed. Okay. No blood fountain for you. All right. Down they go. Tripping this up. Oh, to drop the blade. I guess we can do that at any time. It doesn't have to be on upkeep with this much mana. Time's a thing. Let's go. Thank you, Skyfisher. Good grief. What a perfect pull right there. Thank God I didn't get rid of Omen. Omen. Let's get back Cleric. We'll do the thing here. Gain some life. And we can do the cast down thing, right? Let's go. All right. It's just getting better and better. Actually, that's not the greatest draw. All these sepulchers are fighting. They don't have any food to get anything with. Too bad Skyfisher will be dead here. If it lives, I might Glint Hawk it right back. Woo, boy. We sort of evaded the Bojuka Bog there, right? What's our time here? Well, we might be able to do something. Killing that, that's a bummer. Woo, good times. Bring this back. Let's do this. Say yes. I'll just bring this back. We played already. There we go. Attack. Watch out for your time. Gotta make sure to click through this thing here. So quit asking me. There we are. What was I thinking, not bringing in all my artifact stuff? Just was talking too much. Okay, just gonna do this now. Gain some life. Draw a card. Cool. Lembas. Bottom. Play this. Turn this. Play this. Yes. This. To this. Bottom. Alright, attack. Enough of an army now if they're only on 2 cards. If they have a Crypt Rat, that's kind of the way out. But for right now, if stuff dies, we can drop the Sepulchre, not even do anything, just trip it for the life gain benefit there. Pop, 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 pop. Lots of removal. They will not have anything live longer than a turn. Woo, pull off that one. I need some coffee. Oh no, I'll stick it out. I'll stick it out. Begin sideboarding. Okay, Dust to Dust in. Kor Sanctifiers in. Now what to lose? Love me some Omen. Don't really want to trim on our, I guess, 1 cast down. There's one of these. I guess we do this. Yeah, let's go. Appreciate that, Bacon Master. I'm just afraid our... Actually, you know, that's one good thing about mono-black control players. Patient lot. Not likely to bolt, especially after this much time invested. We don't like this. Mulligan. Keep. Not the greatest hand, but we do have early removal and a nice curve out. Keep here. I gotta keep all this. I'm gonna get rid of this Basilica. They have divest. That's always mean if you have an artifact land as your only land. Cool. I kind of like this, unless we see a Kombaji Witch, but we've got a turn 2 answer for that, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, I love my lands. Every time I think of swapping them, I look at them again and I go, nope, good idea. All right, cool. Curve out. Make sure we hit everything of relevance. Let's go. We've got creature after creature coming up. That's we always like to see, especially with Omen right in hand. Woo! This is feeling winnable. Only the clock can stop us now, Batman. They keep a 1-lander? Why? They must have just oceans of removal. Like 3 Snuff Out, 2 Defile hand or something? I don't know. This guy's name is making me hungry. We have a really good kebab place here in town. Not usually one of my favorite kinds of food, except that place. Fantastic. You're not going to Deluxe Coffee? Yay! All right. We pulled it off. Woo! Okay, let me see. Gonna go to WikiBear, gonna get some coffee, rehydrate, and I'll be back for the last round right after this.
I can answer any question you have. I'm WikiBear.
That's great. Okay, here's a question. WikiBear, what's the longest street in America?
Checking now. Got it. That title belongs to Colfax Avenue in Colorado, over 26 miles long. Yay!
No, that's great. That was really cool that he came up with that.
Yeah. And speaking of long streets, Civil War General James Longstreet was partially responsible for over 10,000 Confederate casualties during the Battle of Antietam, the bloodiest single-day battle in American history. What a bloodbath! I'm WikiBear.
Yeah, there were a lot of terrible fatalities in the Civil War.
Imagine ditches filled with dead horses.
Okay. Let's try another question. What's the fastest animal on land?
The fastest land animal is the cheetah. It can reach speeds up to 75 miles per hour.
See? That was great information really fast.
But it's still not fast enough to outrun Jack the Ripper. The notorious 19th century British serial killer who murdered at least 5 prostitutes. Lickety-split.
The magic of Yavimaya, now in your kitchen. Mutani spaghetti. The only noodles whose power and tastiness are equal only to their legendary ingredients. Our pasta is made from only the finest weather sea, imported from Dominaria straight to your dinner table. Enjoy Mutani spaghetti. Combine it with our signature Raffaello's cheeses and finish it off with a glass of sweet Rashidan. Mutani's, the magic of Yavimaya in every bite.
Available at Moros's Market. And we're back. All right, I got these hairs happening everywhere. Yeah, where is Quadratic Hawk? That's true. Oh, everything's all right. Maybe they just went on a vacation or something. We are in queue for the last one. We're 4-0. That was a slog. Kind of hope I run into like an aggro deck so I can move. When I got up to get my coffee, I was like, oh. It's like, imagine what I would be feeling like if I wasn't practicing yoga as religiously as I have been lately. My goodness. I have a really weird goal of my youth. I used to be able to do it, obviously, with the gymnastics background and martial arts and stuff. But y'all seen that? Michael Fassbender just did one in that new Assassin movie on Netflix. But I'm talking about Bruce Lee. Whenever he does his stretch, where he's standing up and he goes and touches his toes, but then he just folds up and puts his like eyes on his knees and just is all the way down. That's my goal. I want to try. I think I could probably get there by March or April. I'm getting pretty close. Because like in the morning, you're really stiff, and I can have my legs locked and put my hands flat on the ground in the morning, which used to be kind of, just touch the top of my toes or the shins or whatever. So, yeah, every time I stretch, I always feel like, why don't I do this all the time? And now I am. Finally learning. Do I have hair in the coffee again? I do see one floater. We're going to mulligan this. I have to say, this is mulligan pretty well. I think 21's a optimal thing here. Mulligan. Give me some good lands. Okay, we'll keep that. Boop. A little weird. We'll get rid of one cast down. Since we can't play it anyway. Cast it down. What is that pit? I think it's in China where they have rows and rows of those terracotta statues that look like cast down's background. Does anybody know? That I don't know, but I can tell you what Goblin Chariot stats are, even though I've never played the card. Hey, look at that. Sometimes decks just like you. All right, this will be fast. I'll have to see if we can cast down whatever shenanigans our opponent's coming up with. We've got the Dawnbringer Cleric just for that. Bacon Master, do you think MT Joe's going to stick around? I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Seems like all the hard work's done. Just because it's old doesn't make it bad. I mean, look how much we all play it, right? That's probably the only way this show would end, is if there was no online presence. I'm not going to jump on Arena. I just can't stand it. Ginger Brute's there. I imagine if something did happen, there would be a replacement effect. At this stage, the infrastructure and just the startup of that many cards being coded, I think this is going to be around for a very, very long time. When you're like me and you remember how buggy it used to be, you quickly, I think you come to the same conclusion. Oh, I just don't like how, Bacon Master, regarding Arena, I just don't like how bright and loud it is. Magic's such a focused, deep thinking game. I just don't like all these bells and whistles always going off, and animations, sound effects, everything else. This one seems a lot more customizable. What do we have here? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what. I've had no issues with Magic Online, I can't remember last time. All right, so we'll just Dawnbringer that out. I mean, like a full-on crash, I just can't remember. I'm gonna power out the Gingerbrute with Frogmite. Oh, they got 8. Oh, I thought that was a 1-mine. I'm the same, Bacon Master. We had a presence, and then they just kept changing the times, and it just went away. And every time I go back to that store, I'm not the only one asking about it. It's weird. And I'm on good terms with the owner. It's not like he's just like, I'm not going to have Pauper around because he wants it. Saves me money. Actually, let's do... First things first, I'll bring out the Cleric. I'll destroy the Moon Circuit. Hey, look! It's a Necrotol in white for half the mana. Guess we play another blocker. Let's bring out this, get some resources going here. We got blockers here. Let's attack. Actually, Bacon Master, it's funny. I was in Ohio once for the NFL Hall of Fame when Joe Montana was inducted. I was flown out there by the NFL commissioner to do some editing, and or actually I was kind of like a safety net. It's a long story, but there was like this, it was right out of like a Western movie, speaking of that set coming up, or the cowboy talk earlier, and it was almost like a dirt road. It was all dusty, and it looked like there was nobody open, but every store was open. And we went into one, and they had Tempest boosters, I think. Is that the set it was? I think so. And we just bought a bunch of them because you could tell like they hadn't sold a Magic pack since like probably they opened them or something, and they were like crazy low. Like I think at the time they were going for like $4.50 each, and at this place they were like $1.99 or something. So I was with a bunch of roommates that were all Magic players, and we just had a big old Tempest draft all night. Didn't work at all. We keep getting hit with that. All right, they got a real creature. I want to say that cast down to about 5 mana optimally, because Metallic Rebuke's a thing. Taking 1 a turn ain't so bad. One, two, three. All right, down comes another ninja. Refilling the hand. Yeah, I have an Arena account, but it's just on my old computer. I won't even remember what my login is for that. Plus, that's the other thing. Like here, Deluxecoff is Deluxecoff. There, it could be Deluxecoff 406, and then you're 407, and it's just. And then there's, we already have enough pretenders of us on Twitter and such. Don't need any more. I need some answers here. Let me trip this now, just in case. They can't cast Rebuke right now, right? Because they have to tap that for the blue, and then they don't have enough there. So I think I'm going to get rid of that now. Yeah, might regret this, but for right now I'm going to do that. Taking one a turn is not too bad, but I don't want them resetting here. Take our opening now. Did I miscalculate? What is this? Oh, they got like a... How did I miss that? That's right. They still have Rebuke. Some reason, I don't know how I reasoned that through, but I screwed that up. There's the first punt of the day. Crunch. Well, I don't plan on blocking with those, so I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage next turn. Might lose the game next turn. That was a horrible play. And I reasoned it through. Hey, I did have just a horrific bout with dyslexia yesterday when I was at work. I couldn't spell my name. Always helps to read things backwards. I just get so nervous because a lot of times I have to make graphics for things, and they're, very high rate of first round of notes. That's misspelled. That's not how you spell that. Yikes, take 7. This is going to hurt. Is there another ninja in our midst? Just that. Oh, I'm not going to block that. We'll take down the second ninja of the day, maybe. We shall see. They got another ninja. Yep, wow. These are just coming out of the woods here. Okay, that's enough lands. This is just Affinity Glitter. Got plenty of sideboard for this, right? This is when we wish we did run all 4 Dusts to Dust. The reason Metallic Rebuke works in that is because it comes out so fast that you can't really hoard your answers for later to make them pay for, playing it. All right. Well, there's some removal. I'm going to be stuck with using all of it, right? Bloop. I'll do this. God, I wish one of these was a basic. Bye-bye Frogmite or the Moon Circuit. Okay. Well, we don't really have an answer, so let's try to find one if we can even live this turn. That's pretty good. 7 might be relevant there. Take 6. No, I'm actually going to play Basilica here. I'm going to maximize next turn. I can double block that. Ninja shenanigans now. There's 3 circuit hackers in the yard. If they got glitter, they got us. Ready for Scoopsville? Yep. Conceit. Off the game. 2. Oh, the glitters. All right, 2 of these, please. Omen might even be good. Sanctifiers in. Not much happening in the yard. We do get to kill ninjas with that, though. What is that? This is a nice little... Oh, do I want to keep a Fumes? I think I'd rather have Hadar in here. Maybe just one, though. I'd like some missionaries for sure. Like these, like these. Not much stuff's going to be dying. Of course, if I'm blocking, that's ill-advised. I think I'm going to get rid of that journey. Let me do that. Sure would like to get Okiba going. It's usually about every 5th game it kind of owns at least one of the games where it just shuts the person out of any sort of hope. Yeah, I want to play first. Yuck. Got a lot of removal though. Don't have it till turn 3. We do have the combo, sort of. Boy, this is a rough one, guys. I'm going to mulligan. Ugh, dang it. This just happened like in the last 2 shows. We went 4-0, and then the last one we lost, and it was similar to this. Ooh, I need to stretch after this. It's sitting too long. Every hour on the hour when I'm working now, I try to get up and do about a 4 or 5 minutes series of just spine stretches and stuff. Get out of that desk mentality, right? Mulligan! Woo! Alrighty, I guess we'll keep it. Very underwhelming. Get rid of you. Oh, I like you a lot. Get rid of you, I guess. Done. God, this is not how I want the last game to go down. Oh well. Ornithopter. How about plains, dust to dust? That'd be a nice draw. Everybody's playing Brute Squad. They just don't know it. All right. I think that's... Let's see. If I bring that out there too, I don't really have any synergy with that compared to Zen. Yeah, I still think the Lembas is the play here. We might be able to find a basic or some removal, both of which are needed. Removal. I don't want this, actually. They're already going, that's much better. Once we get white, I'm that much closer to it. Evasion, get that Okiba in there quick. I think there's an archetype that's almost there as Penguin Wrangler. I mean, almost there, like a tier 1. I always think Blackburn's right on that cusp. Like if they have just another, if they can make it pure creatureless or viable, that one's always on my radar. Yeah, there's quite a few actually, but they're mostly my selfish decks. I always think they're like 1 or 2 cards away from being like almost a tier. Like White Infect can feel that way sometimes, as crazy as that sounds. It's just got so much staying power. I think Domain's underplayed. I think there's a really good deck in Domain. In fact, I almost played one today. Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows? You have those built-in synergies where you fix all your land and all this stuff, and then you have these big haymakers of one mind. Man, I love that card. If you look closely at our Weather the Storm commercial, it says Elthud, Eludha. I don't know how to say that word. The Eludha is total communication, but it said there's some private joke in the fine print about that. I can't quite remember what it is at the moment, but Corehound. All right. Do they have another of one mind? Hearthstone, I remember. Job's done. That sure went away. I never thought that game was going to go anywhere. It seemed like it had quite the backing. And what was that Magic Pro that just went all in on Hearthstone? He always wore suits to Magic events. It is another of one mind. Good grief. I think we're going 4-1 today, guys. Should we top deck up Plains and a lot of removal and get our... and our opponent doesn't do anything for like 3 turns after drawing 7 cards. Gibbler, that's who it was. Thank you for that. All right, well, that's not the worst draw because we can at least be proactive with our mana here and not just sit here and waste it. And this might be relevant, especially with the mana that we're going to have available, but I'm not going to have double mana, so I've got to say bottom on that. All right, all right. Yeah, at this stage, this is going to be better. Let's bring back here. Good grief. So the plan, folks, is Skyfish and a Lembas, draw, and hope we're alive. And step 1, hope you're alive. Step 2, if still alive, proceed to try and attempt to win. I do like the threat, even when I'm not playing it, of a glitters all-in strategy. You know, it's like, they got it, they got it. You know, it's way back in the day, like with Illusions Donate. It's like, did I got it? Did I got it? And those brutal turns. Showing my age. Donate Illusions. Any old timers out there? Or just say the word extended. That was a great format. Gary Glitter. That's a good name for a list. I don't know what. I'm acting like I have a snuff out. I guess I shouldn't F6, but wow, this is going to get quick fast. 1, 2, and yeah, they've got the mana for a rebuke. Good news is, unless a few Mer Enforcers join the party, we've got 2 turns, and we can block. Sure, Haas, yeah, good point. Denboss's avatar always reminds me of my youngest. He should have that avatar. He just has a fascination with bears and cute things, and that's both. Okay. See how tricky Metallic Rebuke can be with 1 island up. 1 island's the new 2 untapped islands, right? Okay, I take that back. We've got about 1 turn. Ooh. All right, all right. I think I used the hawk here. Very underwhelming play. Don't want you bottom. Okay, 1 mana's not going to do much. The life might matter. Just got to keep throwing roadblocks in front of that Ornithopter, and or I take it and activate Okiba and then lose. At this stage, they've got probably quite a bit of cannon fodder to toss to the Okiba effects here. Feels like this needs a little help with some haymakers. Mainly, like, maybe going all for dust to dust here. I'm not sure what the... Although, maybe not mess with what's not broken. If we lose here, this will be the only game we lost today, so... Yeah, it looks like we're going to be losing here, guys. Crypt Rat, anyone? Yikes. Well, that's got really easy, really quick for our opponent, right? We're dead either way. And like that, I'm buried in a rubble of artifacts. Well done, Nibas. Our only loss of the day. Oh well. Pretty good outing. Whoop. All right. Now's the time of the show where we say... Well, let me see here. Let's go revisit the list again and double check. I do kind of like these for our Tithing Blade matchup, but maybe cutting one, going with the Vampire, what is it, the Sovereign? I think that might be a nice, another life target. I'd probably go Sovereign there. And this doesn't feel needed. I'd probably... Although just a few weeks or months ago we played one with that, and I always put that main in. But there's so much to bounce. See, that was the original list. This is the original list. Had an issue with it because, you know, the 2 is just so maxed out. It just goes and goes and goes. And I really thought spare supplies and unmake, it's like about the only argument you can make for this is like, oh, I got beat really badly by a Guardian of the Guild pack. But it's like you're already playing Tithing Blade and you can get rid of everything else. So I thought that was a miss. Fumes, I always like it too. And Cleric as well. There's just too many matchups where I like that. So that's how I arrived at this. And I haven't felt any sort of hiccup in like the, you know, having fun with bounce draw sort of effects. I feel like this is just where it's at. Might be able to trim a Journey out of the main and maybe one of these for a package of 2 of the Vampire Sovereigns. This might be a little cutesy addition. I'm not sure if that warrants a look in the sideboard, but if I did have to make room for another one of these, I'd probably lose the Omen in this for a full 4 because you got to look at the facts. The only thing we lost to was a all-in artifact list, you know, the glitters list. But yeah, and we already have so many loops going. I think you 2 camps, right? You can argue, well, now you've got all these options and stuff, but I don't know. This gets a little bit muddy right here. There's a lot of 2 jobs. The only thing I like to have an avalanche in is 1s because you can always do something with that extra land there. So anyway, y'all, it's that time of the day where we say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to my hair. Make sure it's not over my coffee mug. If you ever want to do that to me, it costs 10,000 Pauper points, as we all know and love. Anyway, y'all, I think we're going to go on out here, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, and hopefully we'll have a similar record or even better. All right, guys, I'll be online most of the weekend, so feel free to drop by, join our clan, do whatever. Oh, and also, before I go, probably have this video out. Highly recommend this. It is the best designed deck box I've ever seen. We'll have more on that. There's a link in the chat there. Maybe Chimpskey can throw it in here at the very end of the show. There it is. Look at that. Oh, that's the that's the deck list there. Let me see what I'm going to go out on here. I guess we can do a little Drunken Wizard, courtesy of, there's the deck box there, with the discount link. Go! And like I said, the thing's so well engineered. I just stare at it sometimes and just like, wow, they even thought of that, from the stitching to where they place certain stuff. Y'all know me. I'm kind of weird that way. All right, guys, off to Orson Welles' embarrassment land. We'll see you next week.
Action, please. Action, Orson, please.
You just do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102, take 3. Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.